The dietary goals were indeed revised, and the words reduced intake were removed from the report for good. Instead, they encouraged Americans to buy leaner products and buy more food with less fat. And so, the 1980s began with a new health doctrine and a brand new market. Every food product imaginable re-engineered to be low in fat.
When you take the fat out of the food, it tastes nasty. It tastes terrible. It tastes like cardboard. Food industry knew that. So they had to do something to make the food palatable, to make it worth eating. So what they do? Dumped in the sugar.
Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Honey. Oh, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting.
Between 1977 and 2000, Americans have doubled their daily intake of sugar.
Sugar is poison. It is a chronic, not acute, chronic, dose-dependent, depends on how much you eat, because there is a safe threshold, hepato-liver toxin. The metabolic diseases that are associated with obesity, the diabetes, the heart disease, the lipid problems, the strokes, the cancer, those diseases are being driven by sugar.
Fructose, the sweet part of sugar, can only be processed in the liver. When your liver is pushed to the max, the pancreas comes to the rescue by producing excess amounts of a hormone called insulin.
Insulin is the energy storage hormone. Insulin turns sugar into fat for storage. That's insulin's job.
High levels of insulin can also block your brain from receiving the signal that you're full.
Problem is, your brain thinks you're starving. So how do you feel when you're starved? Crappy, tired, slothy, sit on the couch, don't want to do anything. And of course, hungry. Well, I've just described every obese patient. The behaviors that we associate with obesity, the eating too much, the exercising too little, the gluttony and the sloth, they are the result of the biochemistry, not the cause.
All right, I'm at the grocery store with my mom, and so far our buggy's got Cheez-Its, cookies, pudding.
The problem is, sugar isn't just in cookies and desserts.
If you go to the supermarket, there are 600,000 food items in America, and 80% of them have added sugar.
Sugar can hide behind many names on nutrition labels like sucrose, fructose, glucose, dextrose, lactose, maltose, invert sugar, and turbinado sugar. And the most well-known of all, high fructose corn syrup.
You will absorb them exactly the same. And so all of the studies that have pitted high fructose corn syrup against sugar show no difference between the two. They're both equally bad.
So too much sugar in any form is dangerous, even if the high fructose corn syrup is replaced with any of these other varieties.
It's not just all of the excessive sugars, but the processed starches too. White bread, white rice, potato products, prepared breakfast cereals are digested into glucose literally in an instant in the digestive tract. You know, you can eat a bowl of cornflakes with no added sugar, or you could eat a bowl of sugar with no added cornflakes. They might taste different, but below the neck, they're metabolically the same thing.
When you consume sugar naturally, that is in fruit, you're getting the fiber that you need to mitigate the negative effects. Am I worried about fruit? No. But am I worried about fruit juice? Oh, you bet. Because when you take the fiber out, you might as well be drinking a Coke.
I drink diet soda all the time, and I want to know if diet soda is good for you or bad for you.
A lot of people think that they can just switch from sugar to artificial sweeteners. Diet this, diet that, Splenda, aspartame. But if it triggers hormonal responses that cause you to produce more insulin, they make you crave more, they make you hungry, that you think sugar's on the way, your brain's like, oh, wait a minute, I think sugar's coming, I tasted it. So low sugar, low fat, diet foods, they're dangerous and they're actually disease producing as well.
Disease doesn't happen with one meal, but it happens with 1,000. But that's what we have, because now sugar is with every meal.
Good morning. I'm just getting ready to go to school this morning, and I just ate some cereal.
Soft, sweet on the tip of my tongue. You taste like sunlight and strawberry bubble gum.
I have everything I need here to make my healthy lunch. Some peanut butter,
Spike my blood. You make my heart beat faster. Oh, you own and rattle my bones. You turn me over and over till I can't control myself. Make me a liar, yeah. One big disaster. You make my heart beat faster. 'Cause you make my heart beat faster. You make my heart beat faster.
So, 10 years of sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time, you've got this veritable tsunami of obesity and metabolic disease we see today.